So we're going to get started. We're going to start on our feet, standing. Of course, this is going to be a flow class, and we're going to flow, 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 and then stretch and relax, right? So let's start, however you have to configure yourself, facing me. And we're just going to bring the arms out to the sides. And we're going to take a deep breath, and I want you to press your hips forward, just a little back bend with wide arms, and take a deep breath in. And then exhale, bring the hands to the belly. Inhale, pulling in the good energy of the day. Exhale, bring it into your belly. Notice I'm using the Ujjayi breath from the jump. Good. Keep going. Looking up if it's comfortable. A couple more. Just adjusting my camera. There we go. And last one, we're going to land right in the belly. I want you to rub your belly. Good morning. Just kind of drop into your body. Sometimes your brain is working faster than it should. We just want to slow it down. Wiggle your feet, come into the four corners of the feet. And let's move the high knee around. And let's shake the hands out. And arms out to the sides. We're going to do some gentle side stretch just to wake it up. Wake up. We're looking up if it's okay on your neck, looking straight ahead or down if that's better. Breathe. Try not to crowd up the ear with the shoulder, keeping the shoulder blade down and really hitching that hip out. Feeling that beautiful stretch through your ribs. Deep breath in. Challenge, soften the knees, and we're going to hold that invisible ball. Good. Inhale. And coming up, inhale deeply. You know what to do. The opposite side. Stretching out that opposite hip. Oh, yeah. Reaching out. Give your fingers a little wiggle, wiggle. Your toes a little wiggle, wiggle. Just opening up those channels for some movement. Deep breath in. Feel that stretch. And now we're going to do the challenge, holding on to that invisible beach ball. Breathe. Keeping the knees soft. Good. Getting into the power that is in the middle of your body, the midsection. Deep breath in. And exhale. Come on up. Good job. We're going to do some classic windmills. This doesn't look as yoga as it is, but there's actually a few things in yoga that look like this. So arms come out, kind of like you're doing a jumping jack. And in a soft knee, we're going to get long in the spine, tucking your tailbone just a little bit. And on the exhale, you're going to turn, twist, and reach, pinky towards your toe. You can touch the floor or not, and come up. Inhale, up. Good. Just switching sides, alternating sides. And what can happen is you can hold a lot of tension in your knees when you're doing this, and I want you to really try to keep the knees straight but soft. We're waking up the glutes, waking up the back, and you're really pulling your sit bones out behind you. That makes sense, kind of counterbalancing your weight. It's a great way to warm up, kind of for anything. If your lower back is yelling at you, you can keep the knees a little more bent. That'll help. But you really are trying to keep the spine nice and flat. Nice and long and lifted. One more on each side. Good. And coming up. Dropping the arms. Let's roll the shoulders. Oh boy. Up. Up and back. And forward. Let's get that chicken wings. Getting those elbows involved. Oh boy. This is usually where I can detect some gremlins, especially in the morning. Just waking up that whole area. Good, and we're going to do some sunflower, bringing the hands to the tops of your shoulders. We're going to draw the elbows together, tuck your belly in. It's almost like cat and cow in your spine. So this is the exhale. Tuck your tailbone, tuck your chin. All the air out, powerful breath. Inhale, open up, looking up, drawing those elbows back, holding that heart up. Big belly, exhale. Inhale, it's the morning, good morning. Exhale, good night. Doing your best to keep a long, natural neck. And last one, inhale. And exhale, we're going to bring the hands out behind you, interlace the fingers, and bring those elbows to straighten. A little bit of a heart opener before we get moving. Too much in the legs. We want to make sure we open up our hearts. I'm going to change my mic so I have a prayer of hearing me. Here we go. Oh, good. And release. All right, so remember that heart opener. It's going to show up to the party here in just a second. So let's do a sun salutation, Series A, very simple. We're going to do it 5 times, really get the blood flowing, get the breath moving with each movement. We're going to link and sync. So let's inhale, arms overhead, hello sun, and exhale, swan dive, flat back, take your time, come on down, slowly exhale, inhaling halfway up, fill the belly, long neck. Bend the knees, plant the hands, hop or step into your plank. Take your time, first plank of the day. Really lowering your hiney. And exhale, lower yourself down. Chaturanga Dandasana. We're going to roll the shoulders back for a cobra. Inhale, shine your heart. Exhale, curl the toes, press into our first dog of the day. Hey, friend. Inhale, looking forward. Exhale, hop or step. We're going to come into that number 7, long neck. Exhale, fold, and inhale your way up, and we're going to roll, stack, and reach this time, all the way up. Exhale, fold with a very strong flat back. Inhaling halfway up, long neck, soft knee, and bend the knees, plant the hands, hop or step into your plank, strong and powerful. Exhale, lower yourself down, elbows skim your ribs. Inhale, let's do up dog. Today we're going to straighten those elbows and lift those legs off the floor, looking up. Exhale, roll back, take your time. Inhale, bend those knees, look forward, crouch tiger. Exhale, come up halfway. Exhale, fold. And now inhale, we're going to reverse swan dive, come up with a flat back. So a little more challenging if your lower back can take it. And now swan dive down. Good, we're on 3, coming up halfway. Bend the knees, plant the hands, hop or step into your plank, strong. Take a push-up if you're feeling feisty. Exhale your way down. Inhale, roll into your up dog. Open that heart, long neck. Exhale, fold back to down. Inhale, crouch. Exhale, hop or step, come up halfway, long neck, flat back. Exhale, fold all the air out. Let your spine relax. And now we're going to sweep the arms out to the sides for reverse swan dive. Come on up. Take in that energy that's pulsating. Keep moving down into your swan. Coming up for number 7. Bend the knees, plant the hands. Plank. Push up if you feel it. Exhale, bring yourself down. Inhale, shine your heart. Back bend. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, crouch, looking forward. Exhale, hop or step, coming up halfway. Exhale, fold. Feel that stretch through your glutes. And reverse swan dive. This is our last one on Series A. Exhale, fold. So you can really clean the lungs out on those exhales. Inhale, halfway up. Bend the knees, plant the hands, hop or step, boing. Flat, straight plank. Exhale, lower yourself down. Inhale, shine it up, roll those shoulders back. Exhale, back to down dog. Look at your knees. Bend those knees, look forward, inhale. Powerful pop up. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Good job, swan dive up. And now we're gonna take a little back bend. Inhale, looking forward. Sorry. Well, you can look forward if your neck hates this, but look at the ceiling if you can. Straight elbows. See if you can bring your hands together. Good, long spine. Good, and we're gonna look forward and drag those hands down strong, really pressing firmly into our prayer. Remember, we must increase our bust. It's that same set of muscles. Good, and it's just a powerful, powerful pose in Tadasana. All right, so from here, we're gonna take a deep breath in, arms overhead. Exhale, we're gonna fold all the way down. Inhaling halfway up. Exhale, we're gonna send that right leg back straight and strong, and we're gonna take our first warrior of the day. Lord knows the world is requiring us to feel like warriors every day, but we're gonna do a humble warrior today. Really a beautiful, strong, strong move. So of course your warrior, you've got your beautiful lunge, making sure that that front knee isn't jetting out in front or jutting out in front of your ankle. Hips are square to the front of the mat. That's going to be real important. So we're going to sweep the fingers down, interlace, bring the palms together, straighten your elbows, and once again, take that little shoulder roll. That's going to make a big difference in your back bend here. And you're just kind of sending those knuckles down that back leg. Looking up. And now we're going to take a bow from your hip crease. Inhale. And exhale. We're going to bow into our humble warrior. And your work is going to be bringing those hands away from your spine and letting the hands drop over your head, towards your head. Breathe. It's an intense shoulder stretch. Just do your very best. You're kind of resting your left collarbone on top of that front knee. Looking right at the floor. Close your eyes if you need to. Breathe. Staying in that good, solid lunge. You want to be able to wiggle your toes at any point in yoga practice. Good. And now we're going to let the hands fall, kind of rain down to the floor. Hands on either side of the foot. And we're going to pivot that back foot so that the ball is on the floor and press our way up slowly into a beautiful crescent lunge. Okay? Remembering that crescent lunge, we get a ton of openness through the heart, through the belly muscles, pressing through your front heel. Really straighten out that back foot and press through your heel. It's a great stretch for your ankles. Good, and now we're going to come down, take a vinyasa in between, nice and slow. Deep breath in. Exhale, lower yourself down slow. Inhale to up dog. Exhale to down dog, taking 2 breaky breaths. Pulling that belly up and into the spine, press the mat away, feel that stretch in your shoulders. Good, inhale. Exhale, right foot between the hands, pivoting out that back, left foot straight. Okay, feeling, getting contact with the pinky side of your toe and bringing yourself up slow and strong into a warrior on this side. That's how we got here. Opening up your Brad Pitts to the sky. Breathe. Always checking to make sure you can still see your big toe, that she didn't disappear in the front. Beautiful. Good. Inhale. Beautiful back bend in your warrior one. And we're going to sweep the arms behind us, interlace the palms. You know what to do. Interlace those fingers, bring the palms together, straightening the elbows. And now we're going to take a deeper back bend as we send those knuckles down that back leg, opening up, really creating space in the neck. Breathe. Don't forget your lunge. And now we're going to take our way down, bending at the hip creases forward for our forward fold on this side, our humble bow. I didn't mention it before. Your gazing point is kind of at your back knee. Ooh, back knee. But it's back behind you. Breathe. So your work here is really to stay in a lunge, obviously, and really release those arms back over your head. And I have a torn rotator cuff, so there's only so much I can do here, but you can do much better, I'm sure. But breathe. Good. And take a deep breath in. Exhale, we're going to rain the fingers down to either side of the foot. And we're going to rotate that back left foot off the floor so just the ball is in contact. And then strong, pressing through that front heel. We're sweeping our way into a beautiful, strong crescent lunge. Check your big toe. Breathe, really pressing through that back leg, really straightening through. This is a great stretch for your hip flexors. They get super tight. They're funny. They can get tight when you're overusing them or underusing them. They're kind of troublemakers like that. Breathe. Powerful, open chest, open heart. Really straighten through that back knee, press through that back heel. Good, and we're going to vinyasa. Come on down, nice and slow. Take a push up. And bring yourself down, rolling into your cobra. And exhale into your down dog. A 3-breath breath, or 3-breath break. Good, really breathe. I want you to feel the heels reaching close into the floor. Give your toes a wiggle, wiggle. Using your entire hand to press the mat away as you press your sit bones through your glutes. It's kind of like you're trying to sit where the wall and the ceiling meet in that little corner right there. Feeling the backs of your knees blooming open like flowers. Shake the head, yes, no, maybe so. One more deep breath. Awesome. We're going to come into a 3-legged dog. Release that right leg out straight and strong behind you. Look out for lamps. I had a student just totally clear an end table the other day, just kicking back in her 3-legged dog, and she took out a lamp. So just be careful. This home practice has its pluses and its minuses. So in this dog, I want you to get a hard point on that toe and really kind of dig into your glute right here. And now we're going to bend that knee, that flying leg, and rotate that hip open so that that knee is well behind you, and that if you look under your left arm, you can see your right foot flying. Hi, friend. Breathe. That is a deep hip flexor stretch. Good. Deep breath in. Good, and now we're going to rotate ourselves back, straighten that leg for a 3-legged dog. Good job. And now we're going to look forward. We're going to pull that knee in and place it between the hands. Pivot that back foot so that we are in a warrior. Pressing yourself up slow, slow, slow. Take your time. That can be a bit of a head rush going from that 3-legged dog to this. So we're in our warrior. We're going to fly our warrior. Hands together in front of the heart. Charlie's Angels, deep breath in. And now we're going to step forward and reach out, that back foot, fly, looking at the floor. Feel free to take your airplane arms if that feels better for your balance. It's also great toning for the backs of your arms. But we're just trying to create a long line basically through the arms, through the body, through that back lifted leg to the foot. Strong and powerful. Breathe. Good, and now we're going to bend that front knee and land gracefully into our warrior one. Beautiful work. And take your bow, take your vinyasa, add the push-up. Oh yeah. Rolling through and back to dog. 2 deep, slow breaths. Well done. All right, inhale, exhale. This time we're going to lift that left leg for 3-legged dog. And sometimes the neck just automatically gets tight, like in 3-legged dog. You have to just noodle neck, shake the head, yes, no, maybe so. Look at that standing knee and breathe. Get some length like you're doing the splits. Hard point on the toe. Distribute your weight through your hands to that back foot. That triangle right there is your foundation. Now we're going to bend that knee. And you know the drill. We're going to rotate open the hips. So that left hip is kind of stacked on top of the right hip. And you're releasing the foot so that you can see it back there underneath your right arm. Breathe into that deep stretch. This is one of the poses you can get to the iliopsoas, which is deep, kind of in the front of the hips and the top of the leg. Breathe, and it's tight on everybody. It's tight on bipedal humans, so that's everybody, right? Well, that's not an ableist. You know what I mean. Good. And now we're going to bring that foot back, straighten that leg once again. Hips are square to the mat for 3-legged dog. Strong. Looking at your knee. Deep breath. And on the exhale, we're going to bend the knee and bring it in through kind of a push-up and bring it into the center, pivoting that back right leg, and be really careful. Bring yourself up into your warrior one. Take your time. Making sure you've got connection with the entire of the back right foot. All right, we're going to fly. Good, beautiful work. Inhale and exhale. Hop, lift, and plank it out. So a word about the standing leg and your, well, all of your balance poses, but especially this one. That knee wants to lock on most of us, and you're going to want to fight it a little bit. You're going to want to keep it a little soft, some play in it. See if you can really straighten out the body. Use your back muscles, use your belly muscles. Creating that long line. Feel free to do your airplane arms if that feels better on your shoulders. Strong legs. Good. Deep breath in. And now with control, this might be the hardest part. This might be the trick, right? Bending that front knee and landing that back foot with grace. Good. Deep breath in. And take your exhale. We're going to bring it down. Bring those feet together. Take your vinyasa. Good job. And back to your dog. A little break in dog. Just a little break. We're just going to breathe it out. And here I want you to sweep the tailbone from side to side. You can feel free to walk your dog if you want to, but I like to wag my tail in a flow because I find that it really helps kind of stretch out the sides of the hip a little deeper, the lower back. But you do you, boo. Good. Coming into stillness, pressing into your dog, looking at your knees. Breathe. Let those heels reach down to the floor, wiggle your toes. Good, and we're going to crouch the tiger. Inhale, looking forward. Exhale, hop or step to the top of the mat, coming up halfway. Exhale, fold. Soft knee and flat back as we reverse swan dive, bringing those hips right over the sit bones. Inhale, back bend. And exhale, Tadasana. All right, last little flowy sequence. Taking the deep breath in. Exhale, fold forward. English is escaping me, guys. Inhale halfway up. And exhale, we're going to take that right leg back into your warrior one. Polish it up a little. We're just passing through now because we're going to rotate right into that strong warrior two. So we're dropping those shoulder blades. You're going to have to use your latissimus muscles in your back, squeezing that invisible pencil behind your shoulder blades, and doing that outward rotation of the thigh bones. You've got to be able to see your left big toe in the front. The hips are square to the side of your mat. Deep breath in. You know I love a humble warrior, strong, but of course we're going to add that invisible beach ball showing, bouncing back into the party. Breathe. Good. And now releasing back to warrior two, kicking that back leg, and taking a half moon. Half moon is that cartwheel that someone snapped your photo. You need more? See if you can balance and hold on to your ankle. That may not be in the cards today. Once again, making sure that you have a little play in your knee. We're stacking that top hip directly on top of the bottom hip. Good. Releasing the ankle, soften that knee, and drop yourself back slow. Slower than that, right? Into your warrior two. Good job. And exhale strong. Bring yourself into your warrior one, rotating into that beautiful lunge. We're going to vinyasa in between. Take your push up. Good. And press to dog. Inhale, bring the right foot between the hands, pivot that left back, and build your warrior on this side. Take it slow. Take it slow. Good. And we're just going to hang in warrior for one breath. Once you kind of dial in, inhale and exhale. We're going to turn on the axis, right? Your spine. That back foot goes to a little bit more of a parallel to the back of your mat. And we're in our warrior two, strong. Opening up the hips, wide, square to the side of your mat. Making sure your big toe didn't take a hike. It's still there. Pinch the pencil and breathe, looking over that front middle finger. Good, you look powerful, I love it. And we're gonna inhale and tip back into peaceful warrior, taking the stretch first, and then we do our little trick with the ball. This is so powerful. Don't forget your lunge. Sometimes that front knee wants to straighten out. Stay in your lunge. Breathe. And you can always take those little mini breaks and come back stronger. Breathe. Looking up if it's easy on the neck, looking straight ahead or down if that's better. Good. And now we're going to kind of cartwheel those arms back into our warrior two. Inhale and exhale. We're going to hop that back foot and take our half moon pose. So your work in your half moon is obviously to keep that back leg up off the floor, that bottom knee soft-ish, and stacking your body in such a way that you're being pressed between two plates of glass, kind of like when you're taking your triangle pose. If you've got the bandwidth, see if you can bring that bottom hand underneath to the ankle and play with your balance here. You gotta breathe though. Don't let this be a breath holder. Sometimes you have to lose your balance to find it. Good job. Taking a deep breath in. And now with control, we're going to bend that front knee, drop that back foot, and kind of a reverse cartwheel your way back into your warrior two, which suddenly feels so easy after that, right? It's like, oh, this old thing. Good. Deep breath in. Exhale. We're going to turn on our axis, that back foot, into your warrior one. Well done, you. Inhale and exhale. Coming into a vinyasa, take your push up and bring it down slow. Inhale, rolling it up. And exhale, down dog. Beautiful. All right, guys, or gal. We're going to bring ourselves into a plank. And we're going to take the, check that your plank is really solid here, because once we start messing with the legs, you want that good foundation so that your hands are directly below your shoulders and the fingers are nice and wide. And you've got kind of a slight doming across the shoulders, so they're very much engaged, okay? And we're going to pull the left knee up and off to the side and back, right knee and back. Make sure you can see what I'm doing. I'm wearing all black, so it's kind of hard to see. And back, and back. So it's a hip, kind of opening knee to the side. Pulling a lot of energy. Almost there. And good. We're going to drop the knees and press in a child's pose. Take a deep breath. Let your Eddie Munster hit the floor. We're going to take a little break and we're going to do one more round of that business. You can do it. Taking that stretch if you want to, pressing the elbows and forearms and hands and dragging the mat, getting deep into the shoulders, into the teres minor back here, which it's kind of like the iliopsoas. It's always tight. Breathe. Catch your breath. We're going to come back stronger. So from our tabletop, stepping out long back into your plank. Okay, so now we've got the basic move here, right? That knee comes off to the side, but now we're going to extend it once again and back. So out to the side, straighten the leg, bend the knee, and back. And yeah, the breathing's weird. It's 1, 2, 3, right? And don't forget, you're still in a plank. Keeping that high knee low. The back is straight. Almost there. Last one on each side. Good job. Bring it down and child's pose. And let's sweep the arms back behind you for full balasana. So that the palms are facing the sky. The thumbs are just kind of skimming the ankles. Your heart should have picked up a few beats. Breathe. Breathe into that. Honor your heart. Say, thank you, heart. Thank you. I'm just grateful my heart is still cooperating, you know? Still here to help. Breathe. Good. All right, and so from here, we're going to bring the hands below the shoulders. Last plank, I promise. We're going to step into our plank. Take a deep breath in, straighten your knees, press through your heels, expand your fingers. Inhale, strong, and exhale, we're going to lower down slow. And bring the hands out behind us like we're holding that. Now it's not really so much a beach ball as a basketball. And we're going to lift the feet for some locust. Breathe. And so once again, we are really using our tricep muscles. One of the things I love about yoga is that it really demands kind of a smaller, a little more Nord muscles to kind of kick in and help, right? Everyone gets, it's very democratic like that, right? So, so the backs of the arms are getting the business here, and you're kind of pushing that ball towards your heels. And the legs are lifted from the knee up. Breathe. Long neck, looking straight ahead if that's comfortable, down if that's better. We're going to hold, but hold loosely. You never want to be too tight or iron-fisted with our poses. Deep breath in. And exhale that right cheek to the mat. And breathe. Let yourself melt and relax. So when we take our poses from the belly, we are deeply engaging the vagus nerve, right? Our rest and digest superhighway. So if you ever feel anxious or overwhelmed, I know it seems weird, but if you can get somewhere and get to your belly and just do some locust variation and maybe some twist, I promise you'll feel better. And of course, you gotta breathe. Gotta breathe. All right, hands come to either side of the chest. Elbows are bent strongly, saying hello to each other behind your bra strap. We're gonna look forward. Inhale. And exhale, roll the shoulders back strong for our last true cobra of the day. Pressing that mat and peeling the belly off the floor. Legs are on the floor, elbows are bent and kind of glued into the ribs. We're gonna look up with a long throat. Shoulder blades down, deep breath. And once again, we're gonna pull those sit bones back behind us into a child's pose. Breathe. Good, and coming up nice and slow into your tabletop. We're gonna cross the ankles and roll to seated. All right, so we're gonna do cobbler's pose as kind of one of our final stretches. And after all that business with the hips from plank, it's gonna feel nice. So bringing your feet together, Baddha Konasana. Let's do some butterfly bounces first. I did this in gymnastics when I was 5. But there's wisdom and just kind of getting into those thick bands, right, of the abductor muscle. Just kind of wiggling them a little bit, get some deep breath. Good. And we're going to get a hold of the toes, interlacing your fingers, letting the knees fall out. You can walk your high knee in towards your heels or drag your heels in towards your high knee as close as you can. Getting nice and tall. And I want you to feel a gentle stretch through your deltoid, right here in the ball and socket, basically, of your shoulder. Get tall, inhale, let the heart shine forward. And on the exhale, using your awesome biceps, you're gonna pull yourself forward. Just a few inches. See what happens in the legs. Inhale deeply. Exhale a little further in, keeping the spine long. Inhale, exhale, even further. And now we're gonna let the back start to round kind of naturally. You could bring your elbows into your legs or in front of your shins, whatever feels good to you. There's no wrong way to eat the Reese's unless you're holding your breath, right? So let your back round out, come down, bringing the heart as close to the feet as it can go, keeping the neck long, and breathe deeply. Feeling that stretch through your back. And I've had students, and when I weighed 100 pounds more, I remember this feeling. I had a hard time breathing deeply in these folds like this. That's all part of the genius. You're supposed to feel a little, I don't want to say congested, but some pressure in your belly as you take those deep belly breaths. That's really massaging your belly organs. Getting some good circulation, some movement, if you know what I mean. We'll just leave it there. Really helping your body work better. Good, and very gently coming up nice and slow. Take your time, take your time. Beautiful. And we're gonna do a fire log pose. So we're gonna take the left leg and it's almost like you're sitting in cross-legged pose and opening it up. And the shin of the left leg is gonna be parallel to the top of your mat, just nice and squared off. We're gonna take the right leg and place the right ankle bone to the inside of the knee of the left and bring the hands behind you. This is one. So you stacked your shins one on top of the other like you've got fire logs, right? So one is with a slight back bend. Once again, that chest opener as you look up, and this is where you can kind of let those knees relax. And this might be where you stop today, depending on your hips and what's going on. 2, we bring the hands out to the sides with long arms and feel what's going on there. And then 3, we start a fold process. Nice and slow. Nice and slow. I'm sorry, they're doing construction outside. It's kind of loud. We're almost there. I just want you to take some deep belly breaths here. Now, I have students that have no problem with this at all. They can just stack up and be pretzels and, roll themselves down really easy. I'm jealous. That is not my practice. And these old hips. So breathe. Good. And of course your heart rates come down. We're going to walk ourselves back up. Bring the hands back behind. Release those legs, and we're just going to switch sides. So now we've got that right leg out. Got that shin is parallel to my mat. My mat's round, so it's hard to see, but it is parallel to what would be the top of my mat. And then, of course, placing, and you might feel a little discomfort here with this ankle bone kind of pressing in. There is an acupressure point there. We actually want that kind of discomfort that will eat. You want that. Open up some chi. And then we're going to reach back for one, looking up, taking that little bit of a chest expansion, coming right to center for two, letting that knee relax out. You'll definitely notice from side to side what's up. And then, of course, bringing the hands out in front if you can. And relaxing that heart over the legs. So any one of these configurations with the arms is legit. You're in fire log pose. You're doing it 1, 2, 3, 1.75, whatever you are. It's on a spectrum. And like I said, one side may not match the other, and that's okay too. It's giving you a moment to think about maybe little patterns. Maybe you sit with your legs crossed a certain way, kind of over and over again unconsciously. It's just a way of being a little more mindful of your alignment and your kind of unconscious configurations you make with your body, the shapes you make with your body every day that might make one side tighter than the other, without judgment. Wherever you are, breathe. Good. And we're going to very gently take a deep breath in and walk ourselves back, slow, back into one if you aren't already there. And we're going to release those legs out in front. Give them a shake. And cross the legs. And I'm going to, in practice, the divine in me truly honors the divine in you. Thank you so much for this quick 45-minute, I don't know about you, but I'm a little sweaty yoga practice. You are a golden warrior. I love you. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Oh, the bow from cross leg. Yikes. Namaste.